because it lets me do that fucking 4-window thing. And so now I've organized all my tabs into windows. So now I have my YouTube tab, I have my reading tab, I have my game stuff. Whenever I look up shit for games, I have that tab, and I have my writing tab. The writing tab sees the least amount of use.
Gee, I wonder why that would be. I can't understand that, Sneaky. That's just so not like you.
I know. It's actual pain though, because it's just like I want to write, I do, but
But I just got done with a 9-hour shift.
yeah, I just drove to Philadelphia. I had to fucking set up a multi-tier, ISP port switch, PoE, all the fucking bells and whistles. Had to remove all their old shit. Had to put all their new shit in, but I couldn't put all the new shit in till I removed all the old shit. But they wouldn't let me remove all the old shit until I put the new shit in.
Of course not. Gotta have continuity.
And so, because of that, we had to wait for them to switch the phones over, but they were like halfway through switching the phones over, but the phones weren't switching over. And they're like, well, why are the phones not switching over? And they're like, well, and then people on the phone that were doing the phone switch were like, well, have you guys switched over the internet yet? And they're like, oh, well, no, we were waiting for the phones to switch over first. And they're like, you need to switch the internet over before you can put the phones on it.
Dumbasses. Order of operations.
Oh.
I feel like they thought it would work like a traditional landline, and that's not quite how. It's not how these
It was
systems
actually
work.
okay. It was actually a little bit amusing at one point because the primary contact there and the owner of the business was just like he muted the phone at one point, looked at me dead in the eyes, and just said, "I fucking hate this shit." And I'm just like, "Well, that's what you have us for." He's like, "Yeah, yeah, you're right."
Welcome to IT problems.
So yeah, I got all that fucking shit wrapped up, and then I get back to my home to finish out the rest of my shift, and nothing fucking happens. Everything fucking happened while I was on call, which means that I got a massively bleeding out task completion rate, and so now my manager's riding my ass about not doing enough tasks every day. I'm just like, well, you're the one that's sending me out to go do these on-call scenarios where I'm doing on-site shit, and I can't answer phone calls while I'm doing that.
It sounds like your manager doesn't have any sort of history in the IT industry.
Oh no, he has extensive history in the IT industry.
Are you
It
sure?
Yes.
Because he sounds like a fucking idiot.
sounds like he's covering his ass.
Yeah, he's covering his ass. He's not
It's all
an.
about the metrics, and he's covering his ass for your metrics looking bad because of him giving you those assignments.
Yeah, pretty much. So
It just sounds like fucking idiocy to me. Like, your task completion rate is I was on call.
no, the best
Was in the
fucking well,
field.
yeah, that only gives me
Like,
half a day's worth of task completion.
It could be worse. He could be having to take and do other calls while also on call doing other things, which
Yeah.
is what I was expected to do at my last one.
Yeah.
that's
Well, see the thing, the
that's how
difference
you
there
bleed
though.
competent people.
Yeah, the difference there though is that I'm not stationed at that place. The on sites they're sending me to are my job is specifically to go there and do one specific thing, and then leave. Like I'm not expected to just be there, work on shit, and then also work on other people's shit. So that is nice, but yeah, no, completing an on-site does half a day's worth of task completion in the metrics, but I'm just like, okay, that's cool and all, but I am out for like 6 hours of the 9-hour shift.
Yeah, and once you include your lunch there, that's
That
three
was
quarters of
me.
your day.
That was me including my lunch.
Oh, well, it's oh, that's right. You work 4 days, don't you?
No, I work 5 days.
Nope.
It's 8-hour shift
Oh.
with a 1 hour lunch. 9 hours.
Oh. Sorry. My brain just went. Anyways,
Doing
yeah,
too
wait.
much Gura math there.
It's been a long fucking day staring at computer screens. Don't give me that shit. At least I get some writing done during my lunch. But so let me get it straight.
Yeah.
No matter what the on-call is,
Yeah.
it's only a half day's task.
Yep.
Even if it takes a full day.
If it takes more than 4 hours for me to do, it gets counted as a second task, and it does not count driving time.
Okay, that's supposed to be do they let you
Yeah.
expense do they let you expense mileage?
Oh yes.
Okay,
They
at
pay
least
me
with that.
50 cents a mile.
Yep.
That's ass.
Oh yeah.
Dude, my fucking tiny ass company pays $1 a mile.
Oh, I know, and the state rate is $1.65.
Well,
Wait,
how
dude,
do
how
they
they
get away with not
Oh,
state rate?
they're not domestic. They're not like local to you. Are That's right, because they have several branches in other states, so they're technically under federal.
Yep.
No, if you're in that state, you have to obey that state's laws regardless of whether you're federal or not.
No, it's dependent entirely. You can be paid at least in Georgia, you can be paid like the state minimum wage, which is still $5 and a dime, I think, over the federal minimum wage. It gets really wonky and is dependent entirely on the state and the particular issue and
And
all
how
these
they operate. Yeah.
bullshit statutes.
Yeah. It
Jesus.
also
It's a
doesn't help
mess.
that I am from New Jersey, operating in Pennsylvania. So yeah, it's a whole fucking clusterfuck. But yeah, so it's been not great, and but the other problem though is it's great that we get half a day's tasks worth done, but the issue is that shit doesn't break on a schedule.
Nope.
So what happens normally is I get a morning on-site, and so I go to the morning on-site, and like 50 tasks got done during the morning on-site. But when I come back and the day peters out, no one's putting in tasks anymore, so I get like 1 or 2 completions. The morning period is typically where I get 90% of my task completions done for the day. And I can't do that anymore because I'm on site.
Can you reschedule your own sites for afternoon?
Nope, on-sites are scheduled as per the customer's request.
You know,
Well,
it's almost as if task completion quotas are a bad idea.
I've told, dude, I have actually legitimately brought that up multiple times in manager meetings. I was just like, look, you guys can't have us doing task completions. That's a completely asinine structure. Like, so each task is supposed to take us an hour, right? At most, estimated 30 minutes, right? They want us to do 9 tasks a day as a standard employee, 12 tasks a day as a senior standard employee.
the fuck off.
And they want the specialists, as they're called, the tier 2s. They want them to get 6 tasks done per day with an estimated 4-hour budget per task. And these tasks gets better. These tasks are not tasks that, like, you get done in 4 hours. It's 4 hours today, then 4 hours tomorrow, and 4 hours the next day. Yeah, so but it only counts for 1 task completed in total. And they take your average for the week and then average the past 3 weeks together, and then that gets you your task completion rate.
I'm sorry, I'd have to sit them down with a copy of my workload for the past week, show them exactly how long this is taking, and ask them what the hell they want me to do at that point. I mean, what would they do in this situation? How would you get more tasks done if none of the tasks are coming in after X o'clock when you get back?
Yeah, I mean that's what it's going to end up being, is because I am starting to fall under the limit where I have to get a talking to now. So when that comes soon, I'm just going to be like, look, I have no problem doing these must tasks. No one fucking else is. That's the reason why they keep coming to me, even though they've marked me off as I'm not supposed to be doing these things because of my fucking blindness. They keep coming to me. They're like, "Look, Sneaky, you are the last person on our list of people we can ask to go do this before we have to go fucking hire an out-of-pocket contractor to do it." I'm just like, fine.
Dude, I'm so sorry you're stuck in a situation. Like, a task completion quota is the dumbest thing to do.
It is so
And
fucking.
it is the
so fucking dumb.
It's worse because the only stable thing about IT is that something will break.
Yeah.
When it breaks and how much it breaks is unstable and is a coin flip.
Oh yeah, you
I've
know,
got to
there's
see-
shit that like takes 3 hours to fix, and there's shit that takes 2 minutes to fix.
And some days there were 3 tickets split
Yep.
between a dozen people.
Yup.
What then? Some weeks, like if you guys did work for a school system, guess what? Every time there's a break week or some break comes along, you're going to see your ticket flow go to nothing.
Oh yeah.
You're going to go like, oh, we had like 50 to 80 tickets today, to I was lucky to get 2 tickets. And it was for a charger request.
Yeah.
So it took 30 seconds to make the call, verify it, and then get them a return label and ship them a new charger.
Yeah.
Like, what? It sounds like your management doesn't need to be management because they don't have any actual applicable IT experience in this particular area.
Oh no, they're
Weird.
quite good at IT. The problem is they're quite good at IT.
Who are they using these stats to justify your paycheck to?
Oh, they're not using it to justify our paycheck.
They always use it to justify your paycheck.
Oh, well, I mean, they're using it to justify keeping us hired, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, who are they justifying this to? Who is above them that makes the call that actually uses these fucking metrics?
Oh, HR.
HR,
HR introduced this.
HR who doesn't know shit all about
Yes.
computers.
Why? It's always either HR, the bean counters, or some combination
Oh,
of both.
HR is the bean counters.
Oh, of
no.
course. That's even better.
Yes,
Oh.
they've allocated quite a bit of money in the company towards Twitch friendly programs, shall we call them.
Oh god.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that sounds like you're going to need a conversation with HR and to sit them down and have a realistic discussion on what your daily life actually entails.
right. Anyway, so speaking of fan fiction.
Really?
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I know, right?
I'm not wrong, though.
You didn't have to do that to a colleague.
I am not wrong, though.
Sadly, no, you're not wrong.
Let's read some tonight. Anime and mangas. You know, we haven't done that. We haven't done Bleach in a while. We have not done Bleach in quite some time. And if we have done Bleach recently, I don't remember it, which means we haven't done it recently. That's
I bleached it from my brain.
Yeah, I bleached it from my brain too. Anyway, so chatter and cry. The sounds of chains and teeth clicking. That is what haunts Orihime.
Is that it?
She had to put a facade on every day of hiding her fear of a creature that haunts her dreams, plagues her mind, and scatters her everyday life. Okay. M for gore, language, and dark topics. Major character death. Orihime times Ukiora. Modern AU, no powers.
Well, wait. If it's a modern AU no powers, then why do we have references to hollows?
She's having bad dreams.
Yeah.
She might be demon.
She's
who
dreaming
knows?
about a stalker.
Why do you even have Ulquiorra? He shouldn't exist.
He's a stalker. He's a human now. and he's stalking her. Isn't it adorable and cute and hot and steamy?
Well, I mean, no, Ulquiorra theoretically would exist. The Hollows were just
No.
corrupted souls.
No, hollows. The hollows of that point. So a normal hollow, your average everyday hollow grunt, those are individual people. The giant Menos guys, the giant black figures with the giant masks, and they look really stupid, and they go. Whoa.
Minos
Collections of Hollows, aren't they?
Those are giant,
Yes.
massive collections of hollows, and the Adjudicas and the Vasto Lordes are just step-ups of amalgamations of thousands upon thousands of hollow souls.
They're the personality that came out on top in the fight.
Personality, but not memories.
Yeah.
Wait, no, I thought Hollows either went the Manos route or went the Adjudicar route. Like, there was a difference.
No,
Kind
no,
of
no.
both.
The Menos,
One's
no.
your
The
individual
Menos
the entire
eat each
time.
other. The Menos eat each other and turn into an Adjudicas.
I
I
could've
think
sworn
there's some
could've-
examples of it going the other way.
I was so sure that some of the Adjudicars were like, I was just a single
Oh, no.
Hollow that was just really good.
Some are, I think.
No. So what it is basically, right, is you can directly evolve into an Adjudicas, but the Menos and an Adjudicas cycle is kind of cyclical, and because the thing is that the more souls you consume, and the stronger you become, the hungrier you get as a Hollow. And so you can actually regress back into a Menos as an Adjudicas if you don't get enough food. And the becoming a Vasto Lord solves this hunger issue because you don't feel hungry anymore because you're at the top of the food chain or some shit.
Alright, but regardless, like, Ulquiorra could still exist here because if Hollows aren't a concept, he
Or just be a person.
like, at best, it's a reincarnation.
Or just be a
Supernatural
really,
plot.
really creepy person.
Or just a really creepy person, yeah.
A throne of
he's that kid in the corner that you're wary of
bones.
in high school.
What the fuck? What the fuck? A Throne of Bones by female writer number 7. The aftermath was a mess, but Urahara Kasuke doesn't care because he has his Ichigo back. Ichigo takes it up the ass from Urahara.
No.
No? You don't
No.
enjoy 1,000-year-old men manipulating the lives of a younger child into being his lover?
No.
That's wild. Oh, and how am I not surprised at all that they're a pedophile? Their profile picture is a picture of 9-year-old Kakashi and 9-year-old Obito making out.
I do not remember that ever being a panel.
It was not. They custom made it.
No.
No, I'm.
Are you sure it's not one of those things like the accidental kiss with Naruto and Sasuke?
Not with the way
There is
not with the way
very little
Obito-
accidental about what's going on in this picture.
You need to look at how Obito was gripping Kakashi's cheeks.
Yeah, okay, I see it now. That's
Yeah, that's very,
There's no,
very little of that is accidental.
yeah, there's no misinterpreting that.
Yeah. So we have Bleach. Oh, Path of the Five Kings. Is that still ongoing? I tried reading this story. It was fucking terrible. So let's read it. At least I think this was the same one. Might be. Might not be. Anyway, so this is Bleach, Path of the Five Kings. Let me link that out. Ichigo finds himself in an alternate reality in where Quincy's run the Soul Society and Hollows eat the world of the living, and then the Shinigami can't do anything about it. Watch as an epic war unfolds.
I'm sorry. See, we're already off to a bad start because the assumption that the Quincy haven't already completely destroyed the Hollows is hilarious. Well,
Okay, see, I thought the Quincy were fanning bullshit to begin with, or if not fanning, then fucking filler.
They're Uchiha bullshit.
Yeah, that's a fair point, Sneaky. Like, the whole reason the war between the Quincy and Soul Society even occurred is because the Soul Society is like, bro, you have nearly wiped out, like, almost the entire Hollow population. Stop.
You have killed millions of souls.
You are unbalancing the scales. Please stop. There would be no Hollows plaguing the world of living because there would be none left.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
But yeah, especially if the Quincy's took over Soul Society already. Yeah, annihilated reality.
You'd think they'd hunt down the rest of the Shinigami and destroy them too.
Oh, probably, but I mean, it's just kind of stupid. The whole thing was stupid. There is an immense number of futures. So too are an infinite number of realities. That doesn't make sense. You're fucking stupid, author. Stop trying to be purple prosy. Among those realities are alternate realities. This
Snakey,
forever changes the course of fate, creating a mirror reality of what reality can be.
Snakey, I need you to go back to the first sentence.
Yeah.
That's not immeasurable, that's immersible.
Oh. God,
Nice.
what a day to stop drinking.
Yeah, not like it
Bullshit.
helps ability at all.
Oh no, I'm not drinking because I don't have any fucking alcohol in the house. I drank it all.
So there are a number of futures capable of being totally submerged in water without being damaged.
Completely immersible.
Ichigo ends up in a Waterworld AU.
No, it says immersible, not submersible.
Alright,
So you can't put them underwater, just in water.
Yeah, Waterworld AU.
Yeah, I would watch that because I like Waterworld. It's cheesy and it has some charm to it.
Waterworld's fucking great.
Waterworld Pirates of the Caribbean crossover where I almost said Jack Black. Johnny Depp has a jar of dirt. And the entire world wants it.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah, you know what? That is how that would go.
That is exactly how that will go.
It's the infamous Jack Sparrow. What's he known for? The jar of dirt
He
song.
has the legendary jar of dirt.
So I have to ask, what is this water world thing? Assuming just a world only of water, obviously.
So ice caps
the
fully
world's gonna work.
melted. There is no land to live on. Dirt is an actual commodity that's super rare in the bartering system. Is like, I have a fistful of dirt. Cool, here's 3 days worth of water.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Also, population is reduced by an easy 90 to 95%. So
and everyone lives on the water now in these like giant rafts made of trash, plastic, and like
large raft cities.
Yeah.
If you're lucky, you live on a freighter that hasn't had its hull punctured.
Yeah, it's Mad Max on the water.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
That is an acceptable.
Also, Aura, I just want you to know you did deal age damage to me asking what Waterworld was.
Same.
Oh, get over yourselves, or go watch it. You'd probably enjoy it.
It's not bad.
I've never seen Waterworld. It's one of the best Kevin Costner movies.
It's
right up
because
there
he's
with
like a
Robin
fucking
Hood.
zoomer, dude.
He might not even know who Kevin Costner is.
What?
Yeah.
You know who Kevin Costner is, right?
Oh, dude, Aura's like 22 or something.
I'm 27.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ,
So,
Aura.
Kevin
Aura, you
Costner-
fucking bastard! You cannot sit here with a goddamn age bomb and be unaffected by it. It is your generation!
I don't I don't think I've seen this guy. No, I didn't watch movies too much.
Oh.
Kevin Costner was TV Hercules at one point, right?
Yeah.
No, that's Kevin Sorbo.
Right, that's Sorbo. I can be forgiven for confusing them, right? Like, they're kind of similar in facial
What about
structure,
Kevin
and they're
Bacon?
both named Kevin.
Kind of similar.
Well,
Kevin Bacon is from Tremors, and that's the only good movie he was ever in.
Kevin Bacon, I will always recognize solely because of Tremors.
Yes. It's a shame what happened with the last few movies.
Man lost his cool while typing. big true.
The fifth movie was the only like decent one that they released without the original writers and directors.
Which one was the fifth?
The fifth was Burt Gummer Goes to Africa with his long
Oh,
lost son.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
did
was
you
not
know
bad.
Universal basically stole the rights to Tremors from the creators?
I
What?
would not
It
be
was
surprised.
a really bad contract that they took way back in the day.
I'm not surprised by
I'm
that.
not surprised.
Yeah.
They did make a TV series, which is just
I
as
saw the
fun and
series.
campy as the first two movies.
Oh, did you hear that
That's-
Rings of Power is getting sued?
Oh, thank fuck for what though?
Copyright infringement.
What?
Oh no.
Did they not have permission from the estate?
The estate
No, it's-
is included in the suit.
Alright.
So
Well,
basically,
it's being sued.
what happened was this dude, like, was it early 2000s, Aura, wrote a series called Fellowship of the King, The Rings of Power.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh
And
no.
he said he even completely was open about it. He was like, "Yo, yeah, I was massively influenced by Lord of the Rings. I think it was really cool. I wanted to write a series like it." Yeah.
Posted it in Fanfic 9K.
And so he's suing them for infringement.
I have to ask, do you think he actually has a chance?
100%.
No,
Absolutely.
not
Now,
even.
now, caveat here. Do I think he's going to win? No.
He can get them to settle though, I bet.
Absolutely. They're going to 100% settle.
And a settlement counts as a win when it's a settlement in the millions.
Yes, it does. Yeah, so basically, do I think he has a chance? Absolutely. Will he have the money to make that chance happen? No. Will they pay him to go away? Yes.
Okay, so what part of his stuff is he claiming was infringed?
Basically, he wrote Fellowship of the King, War of the Ring, and then so he's basically saying that their name is too similar to his, and it'll impact his book sales and shit like that.
Oh, it's one of those.
That I'm sorry, my guy. That seems like a stretch. I think you wanted
Oh,
15
it's
minutes
a
of fame.
massive stretch, and
It
yeah,
is
he is going for the 15
absolutely-
minutes of fame.
It's absolutely yeah.
Now, again,
And
like I
to
said,
be fair,
will he
will-
get settled? Yes.
it'll also bring some attention, like, oh, Lord of the Rings inspired fantasy. Maybe this one will be good.
It'll be better
too.
than Rings of Power.
It's also one of those typical American lawsuit things where everyone knows it's bullshit, but they're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. Ichigo awoke with a start, be it by instinct or a sudden jolt of the nerves. So, instinct.
He just woke up.
Yeah, so whether he woke up on instinct or by instinct. Alright, author. He felt an urge to rise from his bed, but he immediately noticed something was wrong. The area around him looked like a room, but it wasn't. It had white wallpaper and a wood floor, but his bed was bigger and he had a lot more furniture. Author, please. It
just
looked
sounds
like his
overly-
room, except everything was different except for the fact that it was a room.
Okay.
Kurosaki narrowed his eyes in concern and alertness.
Why is he referring to himself by his family name in narrative?
Because the author wants to be fancy?
Because the author's a moron.
Yes. The author's a moron, yeah. So, someone tried to kidnap me. I mean, okay, I guess. Strange. I should have felt their spiritual power. Or maybe all the downtime I had since the war made my senses dull. Damn it, I don't know anymore, given all the bullshit that happens in my life. Okay, that's a bunch of unconnected thoughts, because also, post-Eisen War? Or is this like post... Is this post-Blood War? Look, Ichigo was in like 6 wars. You really have to narrow this down, author. So if this was like post-Blood War, then Ichigo is quite literally borderline a god.
He's being coy intentionally.
I know he's being coy intentionally, but still, it's like, if this is post-Eisen War, Ichigo doesn't have spiritual powers anymore. If this is post-Blood War, then Ichigo has way too much spiritual power. And if this is like post any of the previous earlier wars, he wouldn't really have downtime to lose skills in, because he was kind of just back-to-back conflict for like the first 75% of the story.
Yeah, the Soul Society War, then the Huecamundo War,
The semi-canon
like
War.
that was filler, but it was also like some of the best filler because it was great.
It was semi-canon as far as I remember.
Okay, let's really. Okay, Soul Society, Huecamundo, Zanpakuto Rebellion, the final arc with Aizen, which I've always kind of considered separate from Huecamundo.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, 100%.
Aizen Part 1 and then Aizen Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, basically.
Effectively, yeah.
There was the Hell War in a movie.
Yep, that happened, yep.
Then the Fullbringer War.
Yep.
And then the Blood War. So
Yep.
that's like 8 things he's been a part of. Which of these are we going to refer to
as the war?
Like, that's a lot of options.
You know, the war. The war.
Yeah, the one war. Taxes.
Whichever you would consider the war.
Taxation.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah, no, I mean, there's a lot of wars we can pick from here, and a majority of those wars wouldn't give him downtime to lose skills. Some of those wars ended up with him having no skills, and one of those wars ends up with him being a fucking god. So, I really doubt his senses would get dull. Ichigo thought to himself bitterly as he went to the bathroom to check himself in the mirror. He might as well freshen himself up if he was kidnapped before busting himself out, said Ichigo. Never.
I'm sorry, that just sounds so stupid. Shouldn't you be more concerned with getting the fuck out immediately?
No. Like, Ichigo is the sort of person that if he woke up with only his boxers on and his sword next to him, but there was clothes on the ground and he was like, oh shit, I've been kidnapped, he would be the sort of person to break through the window without his clothes on, with just his sword. He'd just be like, alright, let's go. Clothes are not important. That's the sort of shit he would do. Also, because Bleach was sort of written as a semi-humorous story, and so Ichigo would do that just so someone later can be like, where's your clothes, Ichigo? And he'd be like, huh? Wait, I've been running around the whole time like this? Why didn't no one tell me?
He'd pull a Justin.
Yeah. Anyway. But he looked in the mirror and was shocked. He looked different, too. His hair, Kurosaki's orange hair, was longer. Yes, for some reason we're moving back to third person impersonal. Similar in length to what it looked like after his training in the Dangai. Okay, so this is post-Blood War. Alright. And expect his sideburns were gone. Okay. Did I sleep so long my hair started to grow again? As the human Soul Reaper continued to ponder these questions, a voice called out to him in single quotes as well. So, okay. They're probably fucking either Australian or British. I fucking hate Australians and the British. I am formerly Dogwolf. I'm not seeing anything about them being anything but American.
I'm just bothered at how often they keep picking the wrong words for stuff. Formerly, not formally.
Yeah, I mean they're also using not double quotes for dialogue, and they're also not italicizing the thoughts. So as far as I can tell, the Ichigo is walking around having long, elaborate monologues about everything.
Sneaky, they're having his mother call him Kurosaki.
What?
Yeah.
Oh no.
It don't make no sense. Even when they call his mother by her name, Masaki Kurosaki, they still have her call him Kurosaki.
Yes, my mother also calls me by my last name. This is a revision of the original Bleach Path of Five Kings story. So that's what I remember reading, these V1. This is V2. Somehow you need a V3 of this story because you are still an immense fuck up.
Well, damn.
I too am called by my last name by my birth mother. Birth moth. No, go away. Anyway, moving on.
Okay, and even if if this was post Blood War, what the fuck ever,
Yeah,
Ichigo,
yeah.
and he got transmigrated or some bullshit. Remind me again, isn't all of his power tied to his spirit? Like his soul.
Yes.
So then why is he not a god? Like, there should be no power down, no reset to zero. It's, you moved him over conscious of what happened here, and he wasn't depowered to begin with. He should be that powerful.
Oh, well, not only that, his body should also explode, because that was an actual problem that he actually needed to train for a while in, is that he was getting so strong that his body was going to explode because it couldn't contain his soul anymore.
That too. Author's dumb.
The anomaly. After winning the 1,000-year Blood War, which actually only took about several hours, Ichigo is run over by the cleaning machine when sent to Soul Society.
Okay, I can buy that.
Didn't they blow that up? Like, wasn't that something he did when he was, like, leaving to go fight Aizen for the final time? It was like, fuck you, cleaning machine, and just explodes it.
I never got that far.
That's fair. Anyway. Sent back over 200 years ago, his trip through time has reduced him to a mere plus soul state. Ichigo has to avoid the Central 46, learning he has Hollow Ryatsu, while regaining all of the strength before Aizen and Bach stop hiding in the shadows. Training under Yoriichi has become more important than ever. I'm sure he wants to train under Yoriichi.
I mean, can you blame him?
No, but lame story. And I solely say it's a lame story because of the power regression. I think it's really dumb.
Again, if his power is based on his soul, then yeah, there's no depower in that.
Now, I was really amused by this one story that like never got finished. I think, at least, it didn't get finished. Maybe it did. It was a Bleach story. It was time travel, and it was Ichigo and Aizen were both about to do their final big clash, and the Hogyokuyokuku was like, "Oh, I have a wish," and poofed them back in time. Except both of them were as powerful as they were at that moment because soul transmigration, and had all of their memories of everything that happened up until that point, and it poofed them back to the start of Bleach.
Oh no.
And so and they have shit like Aizen's about to be like, "Oh, I better get this betrayal on the road. Haha, I'm back in time. I will do everything right this time." And then Ichigo shows up, and Ichigo's like, "Fuck you, Aizen." He's like, "Wait, how do you know my name?" Oh, shit!
Alright. See, that's how you handle time travel shenanigans in that particular form. You make it a comedy.
That would be hilarious.
That is exactly how you should use that. I'm so glad there was an author that's like, oh wait, I know what to do with this.
And then all of the Goatee 13 or whatever the fuck they're called, they're like, "Oh, on Aizen's side." It's like, "No, you fucking morons, he's betraying you! Stop fighting me, I need to stop him!"
Do you have this story?
I do not. It's on my favorites list. Under
on your
Bleach.
profile?
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember because I've read like a handful of fics like that. One was, I think, Hogyoku Ex Machina?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh.
There was a pseudo sequel that died. It never went anywhere.
Oh, but the original completed.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Alright. Yep, alright. This looks like it's it based on the summary.
Yeah, Goku Ex Machina.
I'm gonna have to cue this up. Shall I put this in the fanfiction chat under Sneaky Rex?
Yeah, go for it. It's another one of those stories where both of them think they're the only one that traveled back in time, so they're like, "Oh, we can take it real easy and we can get everything done right this time." And then they see each other and they're like, "Wait, you fucker!"
Hogyoku Ex Machina was a solid read. I remember enjoying it.
No, it's 100%. It was a good time, yeah.
That's great. I'm always apprehensive when I hear like time travel is involved in some form or fashion. Because very few people.
Oh yeah, no, it's handled. Oh, it's always handled so poorly because there was so many Naruto stories that we've read on air too, off air as well, that were just like, "Oh, we're going back in time, but we can't change anything because then otherwise we don't know what time is anymore." And
I hate that shit.
And we have to not change things long enough so we can change the important things of the important things being the people that we like that we want to be saved.
Oh, yeah. No. See, I don't like the butterfly effect in fan fiction because it's such a fucking pain in the ass to keep track of.
Well, I mean, the butterfly effect is pretty much all fan fiction, but at the same time, stories that specifically are just, "What if butterfly effect?"
I know.
yeah.
It's been a pain in my ass. Sneaky, you listen to my complaints
Yeah.
when I get hit writer's block for Gamer House Husband. And what did I get up to chapter 3 and now everything just no longer resembles what it should?
Yeah.
Like there was a hint of canon peeking through and I very quickly stomped that down in chapter 5 or 6. Maybe.
As you should.
That game is so hard to write for.
That game.
There's
Yes,
just
that
so
story.
much. There's so I don't know what the hell Cracknusted was owned, but I wish I could have that level of word output again.
Bruh, I know, right? What the fuck is this fucking... What the hell is this? Okay. We live in different worlds. Ichigo is a single father, and his life changes when he meets a very high-class receptionist
And businesswoman.
named
Wait.
Rukia. So she's a whore.
Oh no.
I don't think that's what that's supposed to mean, but
I'm sorry, but if you tell me that you're a high-class receptionist businesswoman, that's what I'm thinking.
maybe they just really like the Hallmark formula, Sneaky.
My mic doesn't work, but I swear to God, we've seen that story before. Yeah, probably. I mean, there's a lot of them like that. I mean, come on, it's your average female fanfic. Literally, I say it's your average female fanfic as I open up their bio page, gender female.
Ah,
Parent life. 2 single parents have kids together. Parent life V1. Ichigo Kurosaki is single father with 10 kids, and Rukia Kuchiki is single mother with 9 kids.
I'm sorry, how many? What?
No. What?
Apparently, Rukia has been pregnant since the age of 10.
Well, is this a no powers AU?
Yes, this is a no powers modern AU.
you know what? I would applaud this formula if they kept the powers. Just to see.
Well,
how they
okay,
would
so
do
my real question is how the fuck does pregnancy work in Soul Society?
I don't think it does.
It does.
It does.
It does,
mean it does?
but it does
Oh.
because everyone has kids.
Well, not just
There's entire
that, like,
families of souls.
well,
Or
I'm
there's
also
whole
just remembering,
lineages.
like, I think Rukia's older sister wasn't there like a talk of her possibly being pregnant, or was that a fanon thing?
It doesn't really matter because the thing is that the reason why Rukia is in the Kuchiki family is because the older sister married the older brother who was a Kuchiki descendant, and so it was a big scandal to bring Rukia into the Kuchiki family.
Which is weird because the only way that would be a scandal is, like you guys said, pregnancy was possible.
Yeah.
Otherwise, all these families would be made up of nothing but adoptees every generation.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of, and like the whole shit, their shit never made any sense because they're like, oh, well, you see, souls age backwards in Soul Society, and then they get reborn, and that's why babies that die get reborn the fastest. And it's like, okay. But then it's like, oh yeah, old man Yamaguchi, yeah, okay, and by the way, he actually just gets older as he ages instead of younger. It's like, wait, what?
Yeah. Also, Kenpachi Zaraki, we've seen him as a kid
Okay.
in flashbacks.
Yeah, also that. Yeah. Also, so
We've seen
Phoenix.
younger Renji too.
Phoenix,
Oh
to
my
explain the meme that you posted, it's an elaboration of the person dying in the background meme. You know, where it's like someone takes a picture of themselves and they're like, me on beach day. And someone posts a comment saying, isn't blank dying in the background? And they respond, it's not about them, it's about me.
I don't think that's the point of this meme, actually. This just looks like a photo bomb.
No,
No one's
no,
dying in the background.
No, that's the Max. That's the suicide cup.
Can you run that by me again? I'm a little.
That's
out
the
of,
cup Ruby drinks to
out of
commit
touch with her.
suicide. Because it's full of poison.
Oh. Okay, well, yeah, you know what? With that context, that kind of makes a little more sense. All of a sudden.
It's a multi-tiered context because the context is that Ruby is going to die drinking the cup. And the side context is that Blake and Yang are together, and the side context of that is the homophobic Ruby memes. So when you combine all three memes together, you get the meta context of Ruby dying as Blake and Yang celebrate being gay for each other.
Also, that bruise on her cheek looks like somebody slapped the shit out of her.
That's because in that scene, someone slapped the shit out of her.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. Also, can I just say I watched that clip that was linked from YouTube that you linked yesterday, Sneaky?
Which wait, the
The spoilers for Chapter 9.
oh, the summer coming back one?
So I gotta say, in a complete vacuum, cut out the
Oh,
fight scene they
oh,
kept switching to. That's
yeah.
some of the best writing they're capable of in a vacuum.
Oh,
That's actually really
100%.
solid.
Oh, yeah, no, 100%. Like, that whole blacksmith, are you concerned for the souls scene? If you could be anyone, what would you do? Yeah, 100%. I fucking loved it. In a vacuum. But when you, again, it's what I was talking about, like, with a podcast or two ago, where I said red versus blue late seasons, you know, out of context, singular, taken away from the rest of the series, and just in one, you know, like one scene at a time. Some of them were amazing scenes, hands down, awesome, fantastic. But taken as a whole, you're just kind of sitting there like, no, you don't get to fucking deserve this.
Oh yeah, like if that like I think it once you cut the fights out, it's like 2 minutes instead of 3.5. Those 2 minutes, if that was how you tried to sell me on Ruby, I'd be like, all right, I want to see how this gets here. And
Yeah.
I'd be fucking disappointed.
Oh,
and
massively disappointed, yeah.
I think I'd be actively angry at
Yeah.
you for lying to me.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Like,
this would have been a great scene if, like, Ruby had some sort of massive struggle, not against Salem, I don't think, but some sort of massive struggle of right before Salem, the penultimate fight to Salem, and she dies during the fight, you know, sacrificing herself or something, and then now she's all mopey about not being enough, and now she's, you know, putting people at danger and risk and blah, blah, blah. And then, you know, then we have the whole blacksmith scene of, you know, if you could be anyone, who would you be? She ends up coming back for the final fight and you know, doing all that. Basically Revenant style. That would have been cool.
yeah, in a vacuum, this is some of the best writing that Ruby has had to date. So I'm sure Miles and Carey did not write that scene.
I mean, we have confirmation that there is a third and fourth writer. The third writer was Gray, which, yeah, we all know what happened to him.
I'm surprised they. You mean for Ruby overall or for this season?
For Ruby. So there is a fourth writer for Ruby that did post on Twitter. You guys, I think the exact quote of the tweet was, "You guys have no idea what I have had to what I've had to do to make this shit work," or something like that. Because basically, if he's to be believed, he's effectively been taking their fanfiction retarded ideas and have been trying to smooth cracks in between so it actually looks like a sensible product.
Oh God, that poor man.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Like,
that's
I
why
appreciate the writing. He's
and,
like, this is some
again,
of the best
according to
Ruby's
him,
gotten.
that's why the writing of Ruby feels disjointed at times, because it's quite literally him taking scenes and just trying to mash them together in a formula that works, because Miles and Carey refuse to write coherently.
Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I don't like
Explains
dunking on
why
other
Ruby's
writers
writing
for
is
stuff,
amazing,
but,
while
like,
everyone sucks.
is it the same guy they brought in for volume 8, I think?
Yes. It's been the same guy, yeah.
Okay, so I've looked at some of his work. Some of it I'm like, I like this, and others I'm like, don't really know your style works for this story.
Yeah.
But he's competent from the one or two things I've looked into.
Yeah.
And there were moments in 8 where I'm like, this feels different from the writing I've gotten used to, so this
Yeah.
must be the new guy putting in his 2 cents.
Yeah.
I don't remember Gray ever doing any writing for Ruby, though. When did that happen?
That was like season 4 and 5.
Huh.
Some of the shittiest seasons?
Yeah.
I mean, season 5 was where, like, the episode would start okay.
Season
have a
5
really
was actually
strong-
the season that Max, Atin, and I were the most hyped for.
Really?
So the episodes would start like they would start decent, our middle would be really strong, and
Yeah.
then they would just trip on their face at the end of every single episode.
And
It's
the,
like
the
you're getting up
entire
little bit.
season was a giant cliffhanger for the final episode.
Yeah.
They fucked it up so hard.
There was just something where it's like they managed to get us to hype every episode, and then right at the end, where it mattered the most,
Drop the ball.
just dropped it.
Yeah. Anyway, let's look at the rest of this author's really shit profile. Life is not easy. Hi there, my name is Ichigo. I went from most popular girl in school to most hated girl in school. Now I deal with bullying, being outcast, and suicide. Good thing I have a therapist. Sad face femme Ichigo times Grimjaw the therapist.
This is uncomfortable.
Very.
This is disturbing.
This is what we call an uncomfortable use of power dynamics, kids.
An extremely uncomfortable use of power dynamics.
Like, I'm sorry, but this has all the makings of a dark romance that's meant to be like, a cautionary tale, except it's going to be played completely straight with the claim that, no, this is totally normal.
See, what I complain about all of these harem power wank fics, right? I complain a lot about them. And yeah, some of them are a little bit weird where it's like, oh, this high schooler is going to go fuck this like 50-year-old and this 5,000-year-old and this 10-year-old. And it's like, okay. Little weird. But I know on a fundamental level, the author's just horny. Right?
Yes.
They're just horny. There is nothing beyond them being horny. They're just horny. That's it. But then these female fanfic writers come out, and they're also horny. Don't get me wrong. I'm not discounting that. But they come out and they're like, oh, you see, I know he genocided 10 bajillion people, but you see, he's very soft at heart, and if I can just reach it and fix him, we'll have a loving relationship together as a 12-year-old me and the 25-year-old teacher that he is. And it's just like, you're trying to justify your horny, which makes it way worse.
Yeah.
It's not even that they're trying to justify, it's that they're trying to justify being horny over the bad boy and typical woman moment shit.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying though. It's like the justification makes it worse because it's not just like, oh, they're just fucking horny. It's like, no, I can fix him and make him better, and I don't care that there's a massive power dynamic between us. That means he's hotter, and it's like, please stop talking.
Yeah. Like the Snape people.
Like all of the Snape fics, yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't. Fan fiction is the reason why I'm sexist.
Fanfiction is the reason you what?
I said fan fiction is the reason why I get called sexist. Because it is just made me just. It's like, I'm sorry, but. Boys are stupid and horny, but fucking man, the mind of a woman is a terrifying place of the justifications they come up with for shit. It's like, I know he's my teacher, my adoptive father, and possibly maybe even my real father who raped my mother, but, you see, he's just misunderstood at heart, and he looks so hot when he broods.
Jesus Christ.
And it's like, yeah, exactly. It's just like, Jesus fucking Christ, woman. By the way,
a part of me A part of me wants to hope you're joking about that whole description, but at the same time, like, you probably found something like that.
That was a Hermione times Snape fic, by the way.
I was about to say that sounds like Hermione
God
times
fucking
Snape.
damn it.
Yeah.
Or Harry times Snape, either or.
It was a Hermione times Snape fic, and where Snape was forced to rape a woman during one of the Death Eater raids back in the day, and Hermione was the byproduct of it. And
Nope, I don't like this. Please stop.
Wow.
Ah.
You cease.
Keep going.
You shut your mouth. Ban you at least. I can't ban the owner, but I can ban you.
Oh no.
Yeah, so it just got, honestly, it got progressively more fucked up the longer it went in the summary. I never read the story, obviously. I'm just talking about the summary. The summary just got progressively more fucked up, because it wasn't even like 6th year Hermione, it was like 2nd year Hermione.
Oh man.
Because
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, because like in the first year, Snape became a father figure to her.
No, I don't like
That
this.
is several levels of creepy and wrong.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, this was a female author.
Oh, yeah, of course it was female author.
Because there is something of a close equivalent to this with some light novel series.
Really?
It's where a male character in like their early 20s, maybe late teens at the absolute youngest, adopt a 5 or 6-year-old daughter.
Okay.
The Hikaru Genji plan.
Are you? Ooh, technically, yes. Are you familiar with the manga Usagi Drop?
I am familiar with the manga where the hero decides to adopt the daughter of the demon lord.
Anything for
No.
my I do anything
Yes.
for my daughter, and yeah, I picked that series up as a light novel. I was like, oh, this is adorable.
And then you
we
saw
get
the
to-
covers.
No, here's the thing: the covers were like in light novel, the covers were like okay and safe, and then there was a sudden tonal shift halfway through a volume, and it's like
Oh, dude, you did not see
Well,
the
it-
covers then. Okay,
not for the
so
manga.
the covers for the light novel tell a story of themselves, because it starts off as, oh, cute daughteru, and then like the girl gets progressively a little bit more lewd in each light novel, and then they're married, and then she's pregnant.
I don't
The
recall.
what? The
here's the
fuck?
thing, I don't recall that on the light novel covers
Oh
at
yeah.
all. I guess I need to go back and look at them because I was looking at them through a much more innocent
They
light.
may have updated them.
Oh, they've updated them. Okay.
They may have. I mean, that makes the most sense. They do that from time to time. They'll update the art.
Yeah.
Also, I'm aware of Usagi Drop, and it's actually a really great story.
No, the first
It
part
is-
is a great story,
Yes, exactly.
but the second part doesn't exist as far as I'm concerned. I just stopped the moment I got to the time skip because I knew what was coming. I
You're
was
just
warned.
like, well, we're done here.
Well, no, I was
Well,
warned. I'm like, you
fair.
know what? I'm gonna read up to when the time skip happens and then stop because
Follows 30-year-old Daikichi as he becomes the guardian of Rin, the illegitimate 6-year-old daughter of his grandfather.
His
His
grandfather
his
had a
grandfather was
mistress.
active. Also, sneaky fun fact: you are now getting ad breaks every half hour.
Oh,
Congratulations.
I'm probably not getting that money.
Probably not.
Probably not. So let's see. So it's his aunt.
Technically.
No.
Yes. If it's his grandfather and it's his grandfather's daughter, that means it's his parents' sibling.
Yeah, it's like his half aunt.
No. Yeah. No, actually, yeah, no, Sneak Straight, it would be his aunt, but yes. Anyways, that
It wouldn't be. It's impossible to have a half aunt because your aunt is anyone from your siblings of your mother or father. Actually, no. Okay, yeah, that's a fair point. So, yeah, no. Yeah, if his one of his parents is his grandparent, so if it's one of his, sorry, I'm getting too Alabama here. If one of his parents, has a sibling, it's an aunt or an uncle. Yeah, and then it doesn't matter which side it came from. It's a half brother or half sister for the parent, but for him, it's an aunt or uncle because it's a sibling anyway.
Yeah, okay, so Sneaky
Of the same line.
volumes 1, 2, and 3 of the light novel
Yeah.
aren't that bad. Like they're perfectly fine. In the fourth
Of Usagi
cover
Drop or of Daughteru?
it's for my daughter.
Yeah.
Volume 4 is where there's a sudden tonal shift.
Yes.
On the cover is like volume 3 is like preteen in a dress that was made for her.
Yes.
It's like, no, that's fine because it's just a festival backdrop.
Yeah.
Then volume 4 is suddenly like, wait, I don't like this. This feels uncomfortable.
Yeah, so
And then I read it and I was like, I'm done.
yeah, so the justification of that series is that because she was a demon child, she matures differently than the rest and never saw him as her father. She saw
She's ageless. She's an elf.
My
Yeah.
understanding is that was also like the mental justification in Usagi Drop is she never actually looked at Daikichi as an adopted father, and it ruined a lot of part 1 moments for a shit ton of people as a result.
I can see that, yeah. Returns
'cause
home
it's
from grandfather's funeral, learns about his aunt, embarrassment, outcast. Very nice, Japan. Well done. Take care of Ren himself, though he's single, no experience. Part of his life, experiences hardship of a single parent. After a year passed, Daikichi acknowledges his sacrifices have Ren has been worth it because she's a precious child of his. 10 years later, she's a high school student, and the remainder of the series focuses on her trying to figure out how to deal with her feelings for Koki and her decision for her career. Rin discovers that she's not actually related to Daikichi.
Oh, right. That's right.
That's still
Yeah,
not
her,
okay though.
No, her grandfather actually brought the woman in and claimed that, she was his mistress, but she wasn't. He just brought her in.
Although
And the series ends with Rin wanting to have Daikichi's kid. The live action and anime do not ever depict this revelation and instead end before the time skip.
Oh, good.
Understandable.
They were smart.
Yeah, that is definitely a case of, oh, this is sweet.
Well, yeah, it's one of those things like awesome. I like the warm fuzzy feeling of slice of
Yeah,
life.
so
like,
that's not so much as I never saw them as a father figure. It's a very much Japanese thing. I mean, it's become a meme at this point. There's a literal 5-panel comic that Faceless posted one time about like this this dude, this NEET and his sister who used to like him when they were younger, but ever since she became like a teenager, she's been like a massive bitch to him, and
Turns out she's just horny for him.
yeah, turns out she was horny for him the whole time, and she was a massive bitch to him to drive him away so that like nothing would ever happen between the siblings. And then like the final 3 panels are like the parents telling them that actually the brother is adopted, and so the sister is like, all right, time to fuck you, I'm gonna have your kid. It's like, Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
Yeah, but
Japan really likes the justified incest.
Yes.
I especially don't like this way these stories do this though, because like this is literally a oops, I accidentally groomed. Like,
Okay, but
I
it's
don't
not.
like
But it's
that
not. No, but it's
feel.
not grooming though, because he raised
Yeah,
her
no.
as a daughter. Never had any intentions of it being anything but as a daughter.
Yeah, Usagi Drop is completely innocent. It's all on Rin making the choice herself.
Now, if you
and
want to
having
talk about
romantic
fucked
feelings.
up
Okay,
stories
no,
with
the
grooming in them,
problem is how like it's just 2 steps shy of it.
right? Okay, it is.
I'm
but
sorry,
that's like no. But
it's-
that's like saying shooting someone for trying to kill you is 2 steps shy of murder.
Basically, yeah. It's a completely different intent. Yes, the same outcome happened, but the intent behind it was absolutely completely different.
Yeah, now if it was like portraying him as like struggling with these feelings of like, oh, do I care for her as a daughter or do I want to fuck her? I'd be like, okay, yeah, maybe there was some grooming in here, maybe we're grooming adjacent. But no, it was straight up. He was like, nope, I'm gonna be a parent. man, I love taking care of this kid. She's a great daughter. She's like the daughter I've never had.
Yeah, he's a father to her the entire time until right at the end where she confesses her feelings and he's like, "Oh, what do I do with this?"
Completely different. Now, if you want to talk about fucked up grooming shit, we can talk about this story. That's where the trans icon decides
Sneaky.
to group a bunch
Maybe-
of girls to
Maybe,
be.
maybe let's not go into that one.
Oh,
Let's,
is that
let's move on. Can we
yeah,
move
yeah,
on?
I remember that.
Let's not go into that one. That one deserves to be burned. Let's not go into that one.
Oh
Didn't it
god.
all happen because his sister jugged him?
Yes, his sister force-feeded them. And then
Force-feeded?
Yeah, and force-fed him them. And he decided that after he had been massively changed mentally by these hormones, he liked it. And we know he was mentally changed by the hormones because a decent portion of the early story focuses on the fact that he's been changed by these hormones mentally.
Didn't during the last part of the story he just completely reverts to basically a young girl,
Yes.
like in mentality?
Oh yeah. Yep. Mentality of a young girl. It was actually even more terrifying because it turned into the mentality of a young girl with the mind and experiences of the 30-something NEET. So it was like it was all the cruel, callous maliciousness of a child combined with the foreknowledge and planning of an adult.
Well, no, I thought all of that towards the end went out the window and it just went completely innocent.
Oh, maybe it did in right at the very end, but there was a decent portion where he still had all of his actions ended up getting kind of filtered. Like, he had the idea of like, oh, I'm gonna make them rely on me, but then he would do it in a very childish manner, but because it was also a child, it was also extremely callous and malicious to an outside observer, but internally they thought they were just like, keeping them away from the bad people. Like, it got really fucky, is what I'm trying
Yeah,
to
I
say.
seem to recall it was kind of iffy.
Yeah.
It only kind of got fucky.
Yeah, it only kind of got
Only
fucky. No fucking ever occurred, so it only kind of got fucky.
It only, words that have been heard today.
Yes.
Like, it's not cut him out of G-Can, okay?
I never
Yeah.
want to hear words ever come out of your mouth ever fucking again. You say
So,
that word to me again.
gang life be like, Rukia is at new school with new people, but when meets Urasaki Kichigo, the leader of gang who will turn Rukia life upside down. Very harsh language, so yeah, not good summary, so read it under reconstruction.
So just read it. Note, do not read under reconstruction. So am I supposed to
ESL.
read it or not, author?
Only one chapter.
Oh man, I would love to learn that this actually had 10 chapters and like, nope, it's bad, just tore it all down.
Save me. Rukia is abused by the father of her child and she's had enough. Ichigo times Rukia.
What?
Well, okay, hang on. Who's the father of her child supposed to be?
Ichigo.
If they make it.
Ichigo.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, also,
Yeah,
by the way,
no.
Rukia is still a child.
What?
Oh, yeah, in Soul Society, you age, the more soul power you have, the slower you age. And you don't, and one of the reasons given as to why Ichigo gained so much strength so quickly is because he was still a human and was still able to mentally grow quickly, which was a key part of your soul growing quickly, apparently. Because it made you more flexible to learning new things and shit like that or whatever, right? And so that was a problem with Soul Society Shinigami, is that they age really slowly and they change really slowly, and so like a teenager was permanently stuck being a teenager effectively if they became a strong Shinigami. A child was stuck being a child with a childlike mindset as a strong Shinigami.
Okay, but Rukia is not a child canonically.
She's like 16.
No. Physically close, but no.
Yes, it's one of those elf situations of they don't mature mentally until blah 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 blah.
Yeah, one of those.
Yeah.
Stop
you-
sexualizing elves, goddammit. Also, I
No,
got my
But
mic
elves are
working.
sexy.
we'll purge them all.
But
Yeah,
elves are
listen,
sexy.
elves are only meant to be purged, you fucking filthy elf knife ear.
We can purge them after I'm done with them.
Oh Jesus fucking Christ!
Good.
Shut
Now
up,
you're
wait,
getting purged.
This
You're
is
Okay,
fucking
way
purged.
okay,
over.
Genghis Khan Prime.
Yes.
The purge shall commence. Commence the great plan
Fucking
immediately.
sign
Get
over here. It's
all-
like, remember, men, rape, loot, then pillage.
Yes.
Fuck you.
Oh, okay, he's just admitting to it. Great.
Oh boy.
Reminder.
I'm about
do
to
not
go
do
enforce the
this.
Geneva suggestion.
C8, where is C8? He needs to clip this. We need to post this all over Sign's server.
Do we have to?
Listen,
Yes.
I do want to just take one moment to say that was by far one of my favorite like RTS quotes ever from Lord of the Rings, The Witch King of Angmar. There was a dude who was running a bunch of wild men of the north, and he was like the smartest wild man of the north, so average intelligence, and literally one of his quotes when you clicked on him was pillage, then burn, in that order.
Yes, I remember that.
Shouting
Yeah,
at
yeah, I
Which
remember
one
that.
which one was that? I don't really remember playing that.
It was the Witch King of Angmar expansion.
I don't remember playing that. Was
I'm
it?
pretty sure that's a long-running meme. Yeah, here we
It
go.
might be. They might have taken it because it's a long-running meme, man. I don't know.
Yeah, it literally has its own trope page.
Oh God, it's got a trope page.
Yeah, so it's got a trope page called In That Order. And basically it's either referencing burning, raping, killing, or etc. And the joke is that it's going to be in a specific order. And sometimes the joke is, hopefully they'll kill us then rape us. But sometimes they'll not. So
It's from Firefly. It's
well, no,
rapist,
it's
murderous,
not
and
from
Enos.
Firefly. It's quoted. So basically, how TV tropes works is they take the most popular quotes, and they put that in the top to summarize it the best. But as you can see, as examples, it's kind of got a lot of them.
Well, the first one I ever heard it in was back when Firefly was running.
Yeah, I will say I think the first time I heard it was Firefly, but it's certainly been used multiple times.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Aqua Teen Hunger Force, Fairly Odd Parents, The fucking Simpsons.
Listen, just because something's been in The Simpsons doesn't mean it's like special anymore. Everything's been in The Simpsons. The only thing that's been it. Good.
As I say, even better, we have two real-life examples of this exact quote being used. In England, up until the late 19th century, particularly terrible crimes were punished by the offender being hanged, drawn, and quartered, a method of execution that involved beheading, castration, and disembowelment, and if the offender was lucky, in that order. One Chinese officer in early 20th century was so treacherous that his Wikipedia page began with, "Oh, Jesus."
Come on, don't leave the class hanging, Sneaky.
Shi Yusan was a KMT general who defected to and subsequently betrayed Fang Yuxang, Shi Yak Xing Chang, Wang Jing Wang, Ying Zhang Xing Zhuang Xing Huang, Chinese Communist Party, and Japan in that order.
I like how Japan is last.
Japan's just there as well. Probably because he pissed off literally every other Chinese faction, and then was like, "All right, Japanese are the only ones that'll take me. Everyone else hates me."
Well, yeah, and then he betrayed them.
And he betrayed
All
them.
being on the island nation.
Yeah.
And that's why the list stops, I think.
That is why the list stops. Yeah.
He did live a decent life though in terms of length. 1891 to 1940.
Yeah.
You know what? Credit to him.
He got out before the next big war.
Fair enough.
The Schlock Mercenary Fandom.
It's a
Oh,
what?
Slack Mercenary. Yeah, I've heard of that.
Schlock Mercenary. What the fuck is this?
What is
Welcome
this?
to the
I've never-
Schlock
you've heard of it?
Mercenary. The Schlock Mercenary is an epic space opera webcomic. Wait. Oh, wait. I think. Yeah. Okay. I thought this was Sherlock garbage.
Oh, that would have been
The web. Yes, the webcomic from 2000 to 2020. Yep. Okay. Yep.
Why have you cast the curse of years on me?
Curse of
Holy crap.
Year.
A web comic that finished?
Yeah, it's a webcomic that finished. Shockingly, I actually have a couple of those saved for posterity in my finished webcomics folder.
I wonder if Sluggy Freelance ever finished.
No,
Is Girl Genius still going somehow?
Girl Genius is absolutely still going, and I don't know why you asked somehow. They got like 29 different plot threads they forgot to follow.
Oh no.
I'm highly annoyed that Earthworld got canceled.
I'm highly annoyed that Mega Tokyo got canceled.
Oh my god, Mega Tokyo.
I will cast the Curse of Ages!
That was Curse of Ages, you son of a bitch.
Man, Mega Tokyo was the shit.
What happened to that one?
The creator got cancer, and then they had there's 3 creators. One got cancer, the other one was super corrupt and was like stealing money or something.
Nice.
Which
I
they
remember
don't.
it was Fred and his wife got cancer.
Yeah, and it was the dude and his wife, and then his friend, because that's what the whole comic was about.
Yeah, Largo.
But yeah, he ended up moving on to another story. No, it wasn't. Was it? No, was it? Shit, hold on. Okay, let me go find it, because one of the authors I remember started up another story called 3-Panel Soul, and it was very much not as good. Finished webcomics. Mac Hall. Mac Hall is also maybe the one you're thinking about. And Jesus Christ, I just inflicted that upon myself.
Mac Hall, oh god, that is so old.
Mac Hall is so gold. It is literally the story of a dude who went to college, and it's just about him and his roommates.
And building a Mac waifu.
Well, yeah, that was the meme. But honestly, it ended very well. You know, with the final scene of him moving out, him getting a job, moving to a new place, you know,
Yeah, it was a great place
put
to end
everything
it.
behind them. And the comic ends with, when I was a child, I spoke like a child, thought like a child, and felt like a child. Now that I've become a man, I've had to put away my childish things, but I unpacked most of them when I got to where I was next.
Yeah, I love that. No, yeah, 3-Panel Soul is the continuation from that one.
Which was, honestly, I hate to say that, not as good.
No, but then again, it was an entirely different format too,
Yeah.
and tone.
Yeah, it was. Well, 3-Panel Soul wasn't a 3. Yeah, 3-Panel Soul was more, when it started at least. Apparently, it's changed since then. Back in the day when it first started, it was very much like, I'm adult. Oh, adult things. And like, literal quote for quote, that was like one of the comics.
Here's one that'll age you. User friendly.
Fuck you.
Yeah, there you go. Or something positive. And Penny Arcade.
Yeah, Penny Arcade. Penny Arcade's still going?
Yes.
Is it?
Fuck. I remember when Penny Arcade was important.
Sure, yeah, no shit.
That's rude. Not wrong.
Girl
But
in
rude.
my dream. What the
XKCD.
fuck is Girl in My Dream?
Isn't
Oh,
PAC still important? Or
Isn't what?
isn't PAC still technically more important?
Technically? And that's...
oh yeah, that's right. Red vs. Blue
Arcade.
had a webcomic that ran for a while, and that was actually good until they stopped paying the webcomic artist, and they had a whole major blowout.
Well, what'd you expect?
Cat 9.
I completely forgot that. Oh yeah, they did have that. God,
Yeah.
fuck.
Underpower.
Oh shit, let's speak English.
VG cats. Oh shit.
That has to be still going.
No way.
I don't think
Oh,
VG
what
Cats
was the
is
one
still
about
going.
the Nose? What was the one that we saw just yesterday that you inflicted the curse of
Oh,
years
you mean
upon?
fucking what was the fucking name? Oh, it's Blast Wave or something like that.
Yeah.
Oh shit, yeah, Blast Wave. That's old. That's real old.
Hold on, let me allow me to inflict curse of years.
VG cats is still up. I don't think it's still going.
The last copyright comic date is 2020.
Wait, what the fuck? Misfile started again? Wait, what? Wait, wait, hold up. What?
Olaf.
Oh yeah, Olaf. That's a classic. And Mega Tokyo. Wait, Mega Tokyo updated? What?
What?
Is it an update to announce that it's officially done, or is it an update to actually come back?
Posted on January 3rd of 2023.
Oh.
What the fuck? Like, this story has been dead for literally years.
Oh shit. Yeah, that's still Fred drawing that. Or Pyro.
Piru. Man, that art style was so classic back then.
It was great.
Honestly, I consider what the fuck is it called? I consider Yosh to be a good successor to Mega Tokyo.
Hey, do you have the empty box there?
Do you ever see Yosh?
I've never heard of Yosh.
It's pretty good. Effectively, it's sort of like Shadowrun before Shadowrun started. It's like when Shadowrun, right? You know how when Shadowrun right started, like magic gets unveiled in the world, a shit ton of people started turning into creatures, humanoid creatures, but also like they started being born. Yosh takes place like 3 days after people just started turning into shit. And like magic had the whole resurgence in the world and stuff. And like, so the main character is this dopey, middle, average Joe-ish sort of otaku. He's the American version of the Japanese everyman otaku. That's like non-offensive to the extreme.
I see.
Okay.
And his girlfriend is one of the people that got affected. And, mother ended up being hyper racist and kicking her out of the house and yada yada. But his friend is really smart, and when magic happened, he was like, ho, time to do some bullshit. And proceeded to, use magic to animate his android waifu dolls.
As one does, apparently.
And become omega rich because of it.
And it's called Yosh, Y-O-S-H?
Yes.
Yosh.
I do like waifu doll.
The latest arc has included an extremely big-tittied short-stack kitsune.
I wonder where they got that idea from.
Extremely big-tittied. Like, titty is 50% of her mass.
Disgusting. Also horribly unhealthy, but I guess it's an android, so...
No, she's an angel. Well, she works for the angels.
I do not like the art style at all.
Yeah! Did you look at the first comic or the last comic?
I'm looking at the latest.
Yeah.
It's worse.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's kind of a fallacy at this point. It's the time sink fallacy at this point for me.
And he's like, yeah, he's a furry.
Yeah.
Like, no, this isn't just, cat girl bullshit. No, this is full on anthro. She has a cat nose.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, but
Purge.
she's human pretty much everything aside that. She doesn't have claws, she doesn't have paws.
Purge.
Irrelevant. Purge.
Yeah.
Purge.
Death. Woe be upon you.
The kitsune can stay, but the rest have to be purged.
But
By Sigma,
Here's
you posted.
when the fuck did Misfile start updating again? This is...
Paranatural.
Oh! It restarted. That would explain why. That would explain why I didn't know that it was still going. So I had the story marked as finished because it was finished. Misfile was finished. The author decided to reboot it in 2019.
Always a mistake. Always a mistake.
I mean, not entirely a mistake.
I can count the number of reboots that did better than the original, or were better than the original, on one hand and have fingers left over.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Yeah, the Misfile was a interesting story at the time. Its art style was pretty crap. I'm gonna be real. Its art style was pretty crap. It was the old era of webcomics where anyone and their mother just would do some really shit pencil line art and call it a webcomic. It improved over time as the person got better, but it never really got better too much. But yeah, it is what it is. It is what it is. But anyway, let's get back to it. Let's see what else we can find. You know what? We talked a lot about Ruby. Let's do some Ruby crossovers.
Can I elect to die?
Yes, go ahead.
No.
I give you permission.
Thank you.
Why do I recognize this? I recognize it because it says 2011 in Chapter 1.
What do you recognize?
The paranatural story he linked.
Oh.
Is this still updating?
Yes. It was updated recently, apparently. I haven't checked on it in like 10 years.
What the fuck? He's going full light novel with it now. Okay, well, yeah, it's moved on from its comic book style to full-on light novel with occasional pictures.
I imagine it's probably moved on from the high school setting, given how many years it's been.
He's now a game store owner and runs an arcade. And has to handle monsters showing up to his
Okay.
arcade. Or something, like, I'm not really reading it.
Ghosts, I recall.
Something about that.
Ghosts, monsters, cryptids, spooks.
Here we go. The story so far. I can't imagine this hood. Recap chapters 1 through 4. Here's a recap for all the earlier chapters. I'm sorry it took you so long. Okay. Apparently, for a long time, it wasn't updating. Oh, yeah, it's part of the Hiveworks network. Oh, shit, the Hiveworks network. Fuck Hiveworks.
Holy shit!
Oh.
Now there's the curse of years.
The Hiveworks network.
I saw the logo,
Cyanide and
wasn't it?
Happiness, Hell High. Yep, there's Misfile. The reboot Misfile, Hell High. Goblins. Back when Goblins was good and the author hadn't gone literally fucking insane yet. The Dumbing of Age. Yep. I'm seeing I'm seeing a lot of the shit that was on here. Oh god. Pain. Agony.
Curse of years.
Curse of years. Curse of years. My Little Schnee. Can we go back to talking about webcomics?
No.
Alright, well, Nosehair really wants this My Little Pony story, I suppose. I have to indulge him.
Because we have to suffer, and you're going to make us suffer.
No,
Unless you actually want to talk about webcomics, I'm actually
My Little
perfectly ready to do
Schnee.
that.
Earthworld.
I want to kill myself.
My Little Schnee. My Little Schnee. After being impaled by Cinder during the Battle of Haven, Weiss finds herself in a new world. Ruby Post Volume 5 set in Equestria at War. Hey, Nose, what's Equestria at War? Alright, you want to play it like that, Nose?
Oh, he's muted.
Very well.
I believe he's currently busy cursing Sneaky and his whore of a mother.
Yes.
Oof.
To be fair, the mother's not a whore. The stepmother,
I want to be clear. I don't know that for certain. I'm just going out on a limb.
The stepmother. No, my mother's gotten mostly over it these days. Stepmother, on the other hand, she'll sell you for 30 silver.
Sneaky.
Hmm?
Was that a Bible joke?
It was a Bible joke.
Good for you.
Yes. It's one I made at my stepmother before, and she didn't understand the reference.
Oh my. Like, I know I said it's a Bible joke. It's not even a particularly it's not like it's like a deep cut. It's not like I'm saying I hope bears maul your children.
I hope 30 bears maul your children. Was it 40 bears? Was it 40 children? I think it was 40 children. Like 3 angry bears and 40 children or something. Anyway, yeah, no, she didn't understand why I asked her if she got her 30 pieces. Reflections of the Soul with Artoria with a Lenny face copy pasted onto her.
Again, perish.
Do what? You fucked up the saber face?
They fucked up Saberface by putting Lenny on there.
Purge.
It was only when something else approached the brothers that they realized what they had forgotten. Willpower, the hunger of the soul needs to seek knowledge, the drive of soul need to create, destroy, the strength of soul needed to choose. At the behest of something else, provided it then left, then they look upon their new creation and saw it was good. What? Was that English? Yeah, I have it set to English. Author's note, and we are back in business. Boy, this has been a long time coming, so sit back, relax, enjoy the show. Besides, if you know me, I'm not fastest updater in the West. And so the author starts talking to his disclaimer. Disclaimer, Kun. Aren't you forgetting something for fanfiction?
Shut up!
Specifically?
Oh god.
Author note. Oh yeah, okay, go ahead and do it, disclaimer. Disclaimer. Ruby is owned by Rooster Teeth. Persona is owned by Atlus.
I hate you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Nose. Did you want to speak? Oh.
You've got him deafened.
You're an asshole.
Oh, well, maybe someone shouldn't have slunk off and deafened and muted themselves.
I had to go fucking do something with my dogs. Fuck off. They were barking outside. I had to make them shut up.
There is so many ways you could take that. Anyway.
Kill yourself.
Yeah.
Kill yourself immediately.
Ruby Rose felt her scroll vibrate before she heard it. Heard it vibrate?
I mean, you can hear something vibrate.
I mean, yeah, you can, but typically the point of something vibrating is that you feel it, not hear it. It's sort of like saying, like, you know, I could feel the rain before I could smell it. It's like, yeah. One does tend to feel wet when get rained on. Just, you know, pointing that out there. Even through 2 inches of memory foam. Wait, so she... Oh, put it under her pillow. Why wouldn't she be able to feel it? You put your fucking phone underneath your pillow.
Yeah, you should be able to feel that, kid.
Her hand snaked under her pillow to silence it, fast as she dared and as quiet as she could manage. This late at night, there wasn't much risk. That's why she picked this hour, 2:30 a.m. But it was best to be careful. With long, practiced motions, she slipped out of bed without a frame creaking. Impossible. I don't believe it. Suspension of disbelief shattered. Also, isn't her bed suspended in the air by a fucking rope?
Yes.
Yes, but
Yep.
it's also technically joined
Several
together.
ropes.
Oh, wait, no, this is Patch's forest. Wait, so who the... How... Why is she sneaking out of her bed when she's at Patch? She is literally in her own separate room.
Yes, but she would be home if she's on Patch.
Right, but she's in
Yeah,
her
but she
own
has a
separate room. She wouldn't need to worry about her bed creaking and waking anyone up. It's not like she's in a bunk bed with 4 other people, is my point.
They're gonna start with the sibling incest real early. She's in bed with Yang.
Of course, my bad. Well, at least it's not a cat.
No, yes. Damn it, Yang, the family pet.
The fuck?
See, now what we need to do is we need to combine.
Is this because I said that Corky was mine?
We need to combine this meme with the Leon, you have to breed my sister memes.
Yes.
John, you have to breed my sister.
I think it's already been combined. Somebody already did the John, you have to breed my sister one.
Hold on. I'm going to look this up, not on live, just in case.
Just in case.
What the fuck? Reddit,
I
what the
wanna
fuck
know?
are you posting? I have no idea. The E-Universe. What the fuck is the E-Universe?
Good question.
I call her Cassie Roll. Oh no. You might have seen it in the John times Casserole Mom fanfic. Oh my god, it's a literal fucking NPC. They came up with it. God, Ruby shipping chart. Why?
What?
So
Your pain has not been enough. You must be inflicted with more.
So
according
the
to
Reddit
author.
fandom, as they're called, the FNDM.
FNDN, yeah.
Yes. So the Reddit fandom decided that they really were horny as shit, and they came up with a shipping chart, which is a giant Excel sheet on Google Drive that everyone can add to and vote on the ship names for, and they've even included the ship names for themselves. So self times self. So it's
What?
like, so Ruby times Ruby is called like self-pollination or some shit.
What?
What the fuck?
Listen, I'll give them credit. Some of them are actually quite entertaining.
Oh yes, no. Some of the nicknames are very entertaining. However, they also have shit on there like the shopkeeper, the one NPC that gave John casserole, and so they have ship names for that. It's called Cass Roleplay.
The fuck?
Why?
And someone comments on Reddit, the speed at which these ships are being created is astounding. I got whiplash. Top reply, you have not been on the Ruby fandom long enough then, if you think this is quick.
No, he ain't wrong.
So anyway, this is the comic that they made. I just have to share this because I am mildly amused, and I think you should include this line at some point in one of your horny stories.
Which line?
I just linked the comic.
Oh no.
This cannot be good.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, you stop.
Listen, I'll give him credit. That's a funny one.
That's great. Who the hell is she supposed to be?
The mom who gave John casserole one time.
Really? Literally, who is this? On what season? I've never seen this person.
I think it's in the later seasons.
Oh, he's got that stupid fucking haircut, so it must be.
Alright, you know what? That's actually pretty funny. Raven gets drunk, thinks John is Tai Yang, proceeds to go for a second child.
Okay, then that works. I'm okay with this.
Ah, yes. Me, my girlfriend, and her house pet.
Oh god. Oh no.
Oh. Anyway. Back to really shit Ruby fanfics that we can all die by and close out the night on.
No goody.
So anyway, she slips out and blah blah blah, gets dressed. Don't worry, no matter what, she had her Soundwalker audio player that she blares with her sounds of her music. It has aura monitoring built into it with wireless earbuds. Oh no, she's got the AirPods in. She can't hear.
It doesn't.
Roman proceeds to successfully rob the store because she's wearing AirPods and they don't ever get knocked out.
Indeed. Ruby
Oh,
never goes to
no.
Beacon.
The problem is that the dumbasses directly confront her.
Yeah, they
I
intentionally
know.
She's a
tap
customer
on
in
the
the
shoulder.
store. Yeah, all they had to do was just like, oh, hey, there's a customer. They're ignoring us. Sweet, let's keep going.
Exactly.
And thus, Beacon never fell.
Oh, it looks like they're just like a hunter. Maybe I should leave them the fuck alone.
They're either a hunter or training to be a hunter.
Maybe I should leave them the fuck alone.
Oh god, that'd be such a fucking dark universe. Oh god, Ruby's over on Patch when she sees Vale fucking explode. Her entire, alternative futures team is dead because they all broke apart, without Ruby to bring them together.
Oh,
Yeah, everything goes downhill. Like, oh, sorry, Ruby, we couldn't make it to the Vital Festival for your sister's matches. Oh, it's okay. We can go to the next one that she'll be a part of.
there's
Beacon
always
Falls.
next year, Dad.
It's always next year. Yep.
Ooh,
Brutality.
everything goes to shit. Osmond doesn't learn that the Silver Eyes continued.
Osmond
Wow.
just kills himself out of sadness. This is the
No,
best
no, no,
outcome.
hold the fuck on. Hold the fuck on. He's aware that Ruby's mom had the fucking silver eyes, and he's aware that Ruby has been born. So obviously he would figure there's a chance she would have them. He had to have been keeping tabs on her.
Probably not. There's no indication
really,
of
no.
that any given way.
Yeah.
There
Like-
was no indication that she had the ability to use the silver eyes all the way up until she fucking did. He did it on a hunch.
Okay, but we've never been told that but we've never been shown that he would know that. And upon first meeting, it's like, you actually have silver eyes.
Oh, okay. Counterpoint, he works with fucking Crow, who is her uncle.
Counterpoint.
Crow
Why would Crow talk
hates
about his
him. Well,
nieces with Osmond?
yeah.
He's
Fair.
Osmond is his boss, who he happens to like, not a drinking buddy.
Truth.
Fair.
So anyway, walls of text and some stuff happens or whatever. I don't fucking care. And she's swapping her slippers out for combat boots. And then blah blah blah. Family car made of steel, just thus explaining why there were so many magnets stuck to the surface.
What?
What?
Huh?
Yeah, so then the author goes on and on about how Tai Yang owns a car, and how Ruby then hijacks the car to go drive out into the forest. And there's a gun rack in the car for her BMG sniper scythe.
Nice.
Yeah, listen, I believe Tai Yang has a gun rack.
Yeah. Actually, don't we?
Okay, no, hold on. My brain has created this, and I must inflict this upon you all. Tai Yang has a gun rack, but it's actually the exercise equipment he does to do body lifts, and he calls it his gun rack because it holds these guns.
Absolutely.
Yes, that is 100% yes. But no, don't we see in one shot, season 3 or 4, the beginning, where she's at home in Patch, Tai Yang has a car or a truck, and it does in fact have a gun rack?
Probably.
Like, I seem to remember that's in there somewhere.
I'm sure that's real or whatever. I'm not really fucking caring. I just think it's like whatever. Okay. Ruby can literally fucking go as fast as a truck, but whatever. Fine.
Sure, but she can drive the truck until the truck runs out of gas, then ditch it because she's an asshole.
That's true. My bad. So anyway, the only downside was that no matter how good with the scythe she was, it was just too unwieldy to serve as an evoker.
What?
Oh
What?
no!
Oh,
Why?
he's going for the Persona 3 route.
Yeah.
So in Persona 3,
Oh.
Personas like to have a theme to the stuff. In Persona 3, one of the themes is dealing with certain negative thoughts. So they make evokers in the shape of pistols and shoot themselves to summon their personas, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
They go through the
Okay.
action of committing suicide to evoke their special
Like
power.
I seem to recall, it animates blowing their metaphorical brains out.
I mean, yeah, that's every Persona game.
So anyway, I also thought it was very funny.
No,
I
it's
believe
not.
it was Persona 5 it was, where they gave you the gold edition gave you infinite ammo now.
Yeah,
Oh,
that was
dear,
great.
dear Lord.
It's not infinite though.
It's per battle.
does after a battle. Yeah.
Yeah. But still, it's infinite ammo. It's infinite ammo
That is-
compared to what
that
it
is-
was before, which was
That is functionally infinite
Yeah.
compared
It's
to
functionally
version
infinite.
1.
yeah. Because
It was
I heard from the
awesome.
original, it was like that was all the ammo you got for the entire mission.
Yeah.
Okay, you could fix it. There were items you could put on that would make it, that would make it so that you regain ammo at the end of battle.
I want to say it was like it would refill per day, maybe.
It was per day.
That's dumb.
So
That's big dumb.
It was
Yeah.
dumb. But if you blew all your ammo in one go, that was it. You were done for the day.
But that's still the funniest shit ever, though. Is in the new one, I just saw Callie was like, "Wait, I can have a gun," and it just proceeds to unload with all of her characters and just kill the guy instantly. And I was like, "I see."
yeah,
I
gun
love the-
was absurdly powerful.
Gun.
But
I love the gun executions where everybody lines up and mows down the bad guy.
But what are you gonna do? The power of friendship? Well, yes, but more the guns we found. I'm sorry, what?
The guns we bought by making friends with the gun shop owner.
Yes. The power of friendship.
Well, yes, but no.
Well, see, our first plan was to try to talk you around to our point of view. Your first plan. What's the second plan?
Oh.
Yes. And then there's Haru with that fucking grenade launcher.
Yeah. Anyway, so that was fine. There was plenty of evokers stored on the rack to her left, so there's multiple gun racks in this car. All right, fair enough, I suppose.
I mean, listen, as far as I can tell, Tai Yang lives alone in the wood. Like,
Yeah.
well,
she was so
alone.
used to grabbing hers, in fact, that she could do it without looking, and so she grabbed it without looking, and then she checked the barrel. So she grabbed her gun evoker without looking at it, but then had to look at it to make sure she grabbed the right one.
No, it sounds like she's checking the barrel to make sure it's not obstructed or something.
No, she's checking the barrel to make sure she grabbed the right one. That's literally what it says. Because it has a red sticker on it to indicate that it's rubies.
What?
So, quite literally, the author spent 2 sentences on talking about how used to Ruby is doing all of this, that she can just grab the right gun without needing to look. So she grabs the right gun, and then looks to inspect it.
You're killing me.
Because, yeah, words, I guess. Gotta fill that word count somehow. So then she chambered the dust in the dust chamber, and she holstered the weapon and hung crescent rows. Blah blah blah, and then she started driving the car.
Evokers are not loaded.
Sure they are.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
They're
you
really
just,
not.
load it up like a real gun, because it's a real gun, because you actually kill yourself every time.
Yes.
No.
So anyway, she goes and visits. Oh no! So she goes and visits Summer Rose's tomb, And what do you know it? A bunch of Grim attack her, and so she has to go fight with her sniper scythe and invoke her persona.
No. Alternate suggestion. Do what no one's ever done. Put the evoker on a
The
Grim.
red trailer.
So
happens when we
anyway,
evoke a Grim.
she's fighting a horde of Grim. I'm talking about a horde of Grim with like 5 Barggests and like a horde of Beowulfs, and the like most patch Grim, these local Grims kept getting drawn in, and she had to fight Freybugs and Borbatusks
I'm getting
and
food.
Coal
This is fucking
Pixies.
stupid.
And then she's
Okay,
like, oh shit, I've killed too many Grim and I'm tired now. So she kills herself with the evoker.
Okay, but Patch is literally a tiny island full of. It's got a hunter academy and several hunters on duty at all times. How does it have this many Grim?
It's a massive horde.
How does it have a massive horde of Grim with that many hunters on hand?
So, Ruby shoots herself, and a giant 10-meter doll appears behind her. The doll was named Persephone.
Oh, fuck you.
As Ruby moves, so did the doll. She tested the weight of the enormous windmill axe. It was her persona. It was a persona that she crafted with her own will, not some lame SDC mass-produced persona that you had to be hypnotized into being able to summon.
I hate it.
I hate it so much.
It is so cringe.
Oh, so the doll is actually even hyper cringe. So let me actually read the description of the doll, and it's really fucking cringe. The doll had black red hair with silver eyes and a hooded cape yellowed with age, but the similarities between the halves of the dolls was split. It was split into ended. The left half of the doll was a cloth doll with a button eye and hair that was felt sheets, its edges worn by time and scissors. The black dress with the white cape, like the hair, was hewn from a single chunk of felt and was likewise frayed. The leg was simple, unjointed, ending in black combat boots with a spiked sole, and the arm ended with the sleeve of the dress and a round stump. Instead of stuffing, organs composed of stuffed gingham and seersucker stitched together were held in place with a golden string, though the heart was conspicuously absent. The right half of the doll was way more modern, made of metal, plastic, ceramic, Kevlar, and glass, all weapons grade. And apart from the eye, which was a dark gray, the dress itself was white. The cape, likewise, was a reverse of the other half, was gray-black, and the limbs of this half were connected to the torso by golden strings, and the two halves themselves were connected by golden strings, and they were mounted on the edges by tiny winches that creaked and groaned as the doll moved, hovering in midair, and in the doll's hand was an enormous bardish with a straight fabric and wood blade of an old windmill and a musket for the shaft. So it's a giant battle axe.
You're describing Port's blunderbuss, basically.
Yes, except the blade is actually just a windmill blade from the old Dutch windmills and a musket shaft.
This is fucking dumb.
Very dumb. Persephone cut him apart, and so Persephone cut him apart with her enormous battle axe scythe made of windmill. Yeah, so she just killed them all. Blah blah blah. her scythe axe transforms into a bayonet musket and mace, which she uses like a golf club to punt Beowulfs into the air.
Fucking dumb.
Yeah. Ruby Susanna Xiaolong Rose.
Excuse the fuck out of you?
Yeah, the fuck did I hear?
My
we're
brain
done.
hurt.
Understandable.
I think we're done here.
Hold on. One more.
What do you mean, hold on?
Remnant
fine.
of a good-hearted hunter, awakening from the long, endless night of the hunt, Alexander Elaine Alexandria Gunner finds herself in a new world full of life and unlike anything she's ever seen before. How will the appearance of a powder keg hunter affect the world?
No. Oh no.
What?
Powder kegs are the insane faction that were like, what if we just used more gunpowder?
Yeah, powder kegs were the ones that were like, solution is clearly more explosives.
They were also the ones to be like, what if pile bunker?
They were also they were also the
fucking-
ones that came up with the flamethrower and the minigun.
Yeah, they came up with some of the most destructive in-lore weapons.
What are they from?
Bloodborne.
I
Yeah.
never played it.
Decent.
I mean, you do need a PS4 or PS5 to play it, so I don't know if you own either of those.
I mean, I do. It's just I've never been interested. I don't like most Souls likes.
That's fair.
Well, that's a shame. But they're not for everyone. But yeah, the powder keg hunters are like, they're like the black sheep of the hunter factions, even the crazy church faction, because they're like, you guys walk around covered in gunpowder. Every time you shoot your pistol, you are risking death. Please cease. They got creative with their weapons.
Already then.
Yeah, as it turns out, people get creative with weapons when war happens.
Now, the downside to the powder kegs is they also all went insaner and decided that they were going to protect all of the beasts of Old Yarnum because they felt really bad about setting the entire place on fire and purging everyone.
Well, that was just the one, but
No.
oh, wait, no, it was like 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were like 3. I take it
Which,
back.
to be fair, there could have
They had
been more, but they all died of old age.
Well, the ones that were lucky enough to live to old age, at least. Also, they did kind of have a point. Like, we now know that those were still innocent people deep down, and the dream's just really fucky. Because they did live there among them for a while, seemingly just untouched by the beasts. So,
Seemingly. Yeah.
also saying they all went crazy, that's not really fair. There are several instances that show that hunters eventually just go insane.
Yes. Yeah, that's fair. So anyway, I will do a shout out, even though I had no impact at all. I do think everyone should go view that video. I did link in the news channel of my boy, the one and only Otoya Yamaguchi. He has served dutifully as my background picture on my desktop for about 7 years now. He's very based. And I'm allowed to say that because Japan still celebrates him to this day as a hero.
I mean, he is.
Some factions of Japan, but yeah, still Japan. Of course he is. But anyway, We will see you all on Friday, because there's always more, and it always gets worse.